Greetings, shots fired. Oh, that's a great start. That's a great start. We're right here. Well, this is a Dying Light, the great game from 2015, made by Polish studio Techland, the same guys who made the Dead Island games. And yeah, I guess we can slowly start. We'll start the game at the story mode difficulty, but there will be a few useful times where we switch the difficulty to Nightmare for certain reasons. But first of all, enjoy your stay in Haran. We are Kyle Crane, agent sent by the Global Relief Efforts Organization, or GRE for short, and we are here to find the file that has some certain information about the Haran zombie virus, which can be either weaponized or made a cure, like, you made it. So the timer will start shortly in like 3, 2, 1, let's go. And the thing is, landing didn't go so well. We were beaten by the zombie. The guy who was saving us together with some girl died, basically sacrificed himself. And 3 days later, we wake up and instantly scare a couple kids. I mean, regular stuff. But yeah, there we go, just to find out where we are and what we are going to do now. Quick tutorial on the movement and the next cutscene. So yeah, the game, the people here, let's not talk about the game for a while. The people here are definitely not happy with the guy dying. Supposedly he was a great guy, he was helping a lot to this community in this tower, so some people are definitely pissed that he died saving us. But yeah, anyway, let's find the boss. Let's quickly jump over the railing because that's faster. And talk to the boss. The boss, well, it wasn't the boss here. It's just Rahim. He's the brother of the girl. Okay, that was a wrong thing to do. And here's the first reset point of the game, because this clip is a bit weird. I got somewhat lucky getting in on a second attempt. I mean, after first attempt. And just like that, second minute of the game, we're already doing weird stuff. Now, here, we are basically told to check on the survivor. And we have to trigger this guy by the elevator. Hopefully without getting inbounds. A bit tricky thing, if you ask me. And I clipped inbound. Not to worry. We can still clip back into the same spot and ignore the elevator. We have to ignore the elevator because it starts like a 3-minute long cutscene. Considering I might spend about 5 minutes to skip this 3-minute cutscene. And yeah, basically, oh, I clipped back. That's a good start. That's definitely a good start. Anyway, here we are back out of bounds, pretending we're taking a sweet ride in the elevator. If I succeeded to do this while the guy was still talking, that would be much faster. But anyway, we just skipped a 3-minute long cutscene. Basically, the GRE, our employer, just contacted us. Basically, where the hell have you been? Only to hear screaming, this guy is wounded. We'll quickly find some duct tape. This will come in use later. And open some doors. So yeah, we basically saved the survivor, killed the zombie. Basically, the guy asks us to make a makeshift medkit. Now, what usually do we make a medkit from? Actually, that's a good RNG. That bottle of alcohol can spawn on either bottom or the top shelf. That's a marathon RNG right there. And some goes, yeah, right. Quickly craft the medkit. And while the dialogue is still going, we are also going to pick some more duct tape. And tin can. So yeah, now that we helped, we can somewhat show ourselves, show that we are ready to help these guys as well. And so we are going to get some training first. I missed. The game actually allows us to walk around during the fade animation. So if you are... I'm sorry. I need some moment of concentration because this duping is a little bit tricky. We basically dupe all the duct tape that we've got up until we get to the 8000. A little bit tricky on the timing. So basically we just open the menu on whatever amount of duct tape we have and transfer the cursor because it is moving for whatever reason. And this way we get 8k duct tape, which will come in use later. Well, not all of the duct tape, sadly, but still. And we also got some fresh clothes, because, yeah, we need some fresh clothes for the training. And here's the training ground for these guys. Did I mention that the main character's name is Kyle Crane? Well, don't worry, Rahim will mention it again in a moment. A crane on a crane. You got it right. And we just fall down. Because, well, who needs to run on a crane anyway? We just drop down 2 times to skip all of the stuff and instantly start the cutscene. And skip more cutscene, and there's our proper training. Starting with falling on a bag of rusty knives if you're not so lucky. So yeah, we're basically taught here on the basics of movement in this game. Like jumping and crouching and other stuff. Except I'd like to skip this part of the training. Perfectly natural animations. And just like that we skip the second part of the training. Now here I'm a little bit on a timer. It's a little bit tight timing for us to get to the other side. Because we are about to get a seizure because of the zombie virus. But since I've landed just in time, I basically skipped the seizure animation. Don't worry, we'll get a few of those scripted ones during the storyline, so you're not gonna miss it. And as we talk to Rahim, we quickly exit to the main menu and load back into the game. Because that transfers us to the next checkpoint, which is conveniently located right by the elevator. So, since we are not so healthy, it seems, Rahim told us to get to the doctor's area. That's a doctor who's researching the virus as well. And yeah, he will give us a shot of antizin. This is not a cure, but more like timed medicine that is able to suppress the zombie virus for Well, some time. Just enough for the storyline to proceed. And we're gonna go there. We had to visit the quartermaster as well. Well, we had to take something from him, otherwise the guy at the bottom floor wouldn't let us out. And just like that we get a quick shot. And during the fight we run a little bit. Our next thing is to talk to Spike. But before doing that, we are going to take a short walk. Thankfully there are no zombies in this area. And the next thing we're doing, we are getting supply package. You can see the survivor rank up. Well, that's what the survivor package is meant for. And quickly rejoin the game to appear back at the Zeres truck, so we can talk to Spike. For whatever reason, during the fight from the loading, I started running left from the track. And okay, marathon luck ended. If I managed to clip through the wall right there, I would have skipped waiting for this guy to walk away and hit the trigger. And yeah, our next task is to arm some traps for the runners. So it's basically connecting the car batteries. And it's done. So this is Jade contacting us. The same lady who saved us in the very first cutscene that we have successfully skipped. And basically she told us that we need to help some survivor who was attempting to secure the safe zone. Well, gonna help him real quick.
Ok, Jade, je suis sur place, avec quelques infectés. Fais gaffe à toi,
Okay. These guys are done. This guy sadly is also done. But not to worry, we'll just kill him. And while the dialogue is happening, we're gonna abuse this roof a little bit to get the agility experience. As you can see in the experience bar on the top of the screen, there is agility and power and also survivor experience. And I'm gonna dupe again and we'll continue my commenting a bit later. Wow. Imagine cancelling the dupe.
Oh merde.
So, what do we need experience for? Turns out we don't really care about power and survivor level, but we do care about agility level. Because agility level 5 unlocks a perk that basically speeds up all the animations, all the climbing and vaulting animations and whatever. And that's extremely useful. So we wanna hit the level 5 agility quicker, as quick as possible. As for power level, we don't really care. You'll see why in a few moments. Wow, we are actually receiving the God RNG right here. So I'll explain that in a moment. Actually, that was the wrong perk to unlock. And we're gonna rejoin the game. So, what we just received at the quartermaster was household supplies, chemicals, and plastic, which is all three things defined by the RNG of this game that we basically need for the quick run. And what we're gonna do now is to do some inventory management real quick and get on that roof. Since remember, when I started duping, there was a phone call, which is the GRE attempting to contact us. So let's talk to them while I try to remember what was I talking about. So while Crane sends his progress report, whatever, we just duped all of the survivor packages, which basically maxed out our survivor level. Which allowed me to unlock the perks for crafting potions and grappling hook, which I've just used to get on this roof. Okay, let me use the speed potion. Well, since we're getting God RNG right here, I can just stand here. So, we have unlocked shield, grappling hook and potions, and there are a few more things that we need to level up, but that will come in a moment. Now let's distract these zombies with the firecrackers, so that they don't attack us. And arm some more cars for Spike. Oh, that's unfortunate. Please be distracted. Oh, okay, it armed. It actually armed. For some reason I thought that the zombie attack will cancel the animation, but it worked out just fine. And we're gonna arm some more traps while the time of day quickly progresses, because we restarted the game. Well, not restarted the game, quit to the main menu. And the next thing we do is not proceed to the quest line, but to go shopping for a little bit. Now this is a mall here. That's a good thing. We can buy some stuff, or we can just trigger the thingy. Well, first it skips the dialogue, and the next thing it attracts this zombie. Now I've just used a boost, and I used this boost on a story mode difficulty. Now is the moment where we switch to nightmare difficulty, before we proceed to the next quest point. Now, nightmare difficulty has a few interesting things. First, being that the booster is separate from the story mode one. So, as you can see in the top left part of the screen, we are getting two boosters at the same time active. So, next thing. Next thing is that nightmare difficulty doesn't pause the world when you open inventory or whatever menu you want. That allowed me to quickly unlock some of the skills during the cutscene, which introduced the big guy. I mean, who wants that anyway? We're having some real stuff to do. And I have unlocked, I think I unlocked basically all the stuff we need in the survivor skill tree. So let's just boost another time. We still have two boosters active, so we can run real fast. Now the game tells us that it's kinda late and we need to go to the safe zone. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now this cutscene right here basically introduces us to another zombie type, which is Bolter, which plays a crucial part in the story. These zombies basically end up a huge thing in the research of the Haran virus, while we are told to go to Spike. And would you believe me, Spike also has the function of Quartermaster here, so we can drop some of the some of the grappling hooks into cooldown. That's not a good thing. So quickly skip the dialogue, and since we are on the nightmare difficulty, all those 8k drops that we have duped unlocked the legend level to 50 for us. So we're gonna unlock some perk points. And again, since we are in the nightmare difficulty, the game isn't paused, so we can listen through all of the phone calls we can, while leveling up at the same time. So the GRE basically told us, well, we told the GRE that we are going to meet with the tower leader, who may or may not have the file. Spoiler, he didn't. And we quickly teleport to the stuffed turtle. Another thing that I failed to mention yet is that the game will teleport us to the nearest checkpoint according to the selected quest. So I'm going to travel to this quarantine zone to stuffed turtle and back to the Mother's Day quest, which is the quest that we have just received. And yeah, that kinda moves us a bit closer. Not only we don't have to run back to the elevator, so don't need that speed potion yet. It also spawned us in the slums location, not in the tower location. And allow me to be a bit loud just for a few more seconds as we upgrade the perks we need, which would be regeneration, stamina, unarmed damage and firearm damage, also max health. And I'll check whether I haven't forgotten anything. And I have not. Wow. We'll switch to stuffed turtle, wait for this phone call to end and drink the potion at the right moment. And exit to the main menu again. So we are back to story mode. Oh, another thing to mention is the French language, right? I'm sorry. French language is just the fastest dialogues. Yeah, that was worth it. So, our current task is to check the airdrops for the antizin in them. And the first one was empty. And the second one, well, the bad guys already got into it. And since we got the good RNG, actually let me check that we've gotten the good RNG. Yes. We are going to skip them completely. So the household supplies and chemicals that the quartermaster gave us earlier are finally coming into play. Because they allow us to craft the DIY grenades. And we're gonna use a few of those for death orbs. Now, if their RNG wasn't so great, well, I would have to stop at the second airdrop and pick up the grenades from there. Now, we get the night started. And then with night come volatiles, some scary zombies. Considering we had the legend level to 50, those zombies are even more scary. Okay, I'm about to make some noise, which will attract some zombies. And during the night they are quite aggressive, even with the chase music. Great. Well, we're in the safe zone, doesn't matter anymore. So the third airdrop that we have just looted had antizin, but because GRE told us to contact them when we find some antizin, well, we contacted them. And they told us to destroy it. So we're like, what? Aren't we like some sort of well, not charity mission, but you get the point. Aren't we supposed to help those people? Well, turns out the GRE have some other plans. And we have destroyed most of the antizin, left like a few vials intact and brought them to the tower. And we also, well, volunteered to make contact with Rice. Now, Rice is the other guy in this game. It's that guy in the game. He's the leader of those bad guys, obviously. Also, don't wait for the talk. Just clip inside, except we still have to wait here a little bit. So these are the bad guys. And we are told, well, let's work with them and maybe they will share some antizin, because, well, we really need of that. Now, we are introduced to Rice. Isn't a great personality, as you may imagine. And yeah, he's going to give us a few tasks. So now this is the guy who will actually give us tasks. But we'll wait a little bit. Sell some of the stuff that we used for crafting. Well, sell actually most of it. And let's get the engraved semi-automatic, police rifle and American pistol. Sure, that works out. And all of the ammo types. So the task we are given is to fix some of the radio towers in the area. Because, well, Rice needs them for his, well, for his stuff to operate. After all, he's a bad guy and in control of everything in this place. So, yeah, let's contact the GRE and tell them exactly that. While having the speed boosters ready, so that we can just use one at the end of the phone call. So yeah, we're just a random guy from the tower helping Rice in hopes that he will share some antizin. A little bit early on the booster, but it's fine. And here are some volatiles again, and here are some drops. Well, the drops that are randomly spawned during the playthrough obviously won't contain any antizin. They will contain the same survivor packages that we can trade for XP, that we don't need anymore. Now, another thing why we don't really care for the power experience is because we have basically maxed out the unarmed damage. So let's use some firecrackers to keep those guys distracted. And since we have maxed out unarmed damage, I feel like I actually have not. No, that's fine. That's fine, that's alright. We're just gonna destroy every zombie with one punch. Wow. Wow, Crane, that's not a proper usage of a grappling hook. So let's quickly just climb this tower and push this zombie. So yeah, here we are fixing the first tower, except it came out that it was basically scavenged. There's nothing useful in that. So we'll take that flag real quick. That will give us 500 XP, 500 agility XP, which is extremely useful. Surprisingly, we are level 4 already. And yeah, we are told to check the second radio tower. Sadly, the rain just ended because... Oh, never mind, it has started again. This game looks absolutely beautiful during the raining night. Wait, has it ended again? Okay, apparently it has. Anyway, some guys are already at these towers. Those are just some survivors. We don't really care about them. Let's attempt the fancy thing. Okay, I have not succeeded. Well, hopefully I'll succeed at the next fancy thing while we fix this radio tower. Now, we're in the safe zone. We can't use grappling hook in the safe zone. Except
Karim, tu me reçois?
Except we actually can't. Okay, another take.
Le droit.
Nice. This will still lose a bit of time. I'm fine with it, as I still get the 500 XP. I will probably save less time on the actually hitting level 5 agility earlier than I've just lost by having to take this flag in 2 attempts, but it's fine. So, we have fixed the radio. And yeah, even Rahim calls us now and says that the radio quality is stunning right now. Just like the quality of this run. And we are back at the Rise headquarters, where he basically tells us that no, you're not gonna get any anti-zin right now. Do some few more tasks for me. And of course we agree. Now we head back to this, to Karim. It gives us the next time is to basically collect the protection money. Some ordinary routine, I'd say, for the guys like this. And yeah, let's contact the GRE and ask them what they think about that. Hopefully without messing my movement up too much. Now, the thing that we are about to do is to get some grenades. And carefully throw them just as we're about to start the phone call. Now, the phone calls here make a temporary safe zone, so we wouldn't be able to use the grenade in it. So we have to throw it from the outside before we get into the, well, into the safe zone. This teleports us closer to the next destination.
Ok, terminé. Karim, je suis au
And
garage.
the night has ended with scary loud sound. This also tells me that I'm a bit slower than usual.
Vieillard de lui casser les jambes.
As you kinda get used to the day-night cycle. Over the, well, whole experience of running of this game. So yeah, we basically collected the money from the first location.
Il est très
And
puissant.
we're going to meet the courier in the tunnel. While trying to not hit the slowest animation with the grappling hook. As you can see, that was a quite long climb animation. And if you just manage to hit the corner of the object, you will likely get a much shorter animation. Of basically, I don't know, getting over fence. Now, this is another zombie type we are being introduced to, which is the bomber zombie. Still there since the Thailand games. And yeah, that was our courier. Almost. So, yeah, we will have to get to the fishing village. Which is basically the guys that have to pay the protection money.
Non, j'ai vu personne, à part des zombies.
Now here we will also activate this car.
Karim, je suis à l'extérieur du village, mais
For some reason, activating this car explodes all of the bombers inside the safe area. Which is a weird thing,
faut que je refasse
but whatever.
pour qu'il y en ait d'autres qui rentrent.
Except this one. This one spawns later. And since everything is clear except for whatever reason this zombie managed to get in. Wow.
Hey, y a quelqu'un? Allez, je te
I cleared the area
J'ai l'impression que l'argent est le cadeau.
and
Karim, j'ai l'argent de gauche.
talk to this guy. Now, what I've done just there is I skipped a whole dialogue by just talking to someone else. And we basically took some quest, doesn't matter what it is. We skip the dialogue, that's what's important. And we are ready to travel to the next destination,
Vient de la part de Rice.
which is a pier. So yeah, take some more money, and while we have some time, also obtain some agility experience while switching to the stuffed turtle. Now, on our way back, which we definitely take the regular way by running towards Rice headquarters, well, we are basically interrupted a little bit, because, yeah, Karim also asked us to check on one of his patrols, because they carry some important message. Envelope, there it is.
Je l'ai.
Now, inside this, well, gated area, there's a guy with the gun. Also, switch the quest before fast traveling, basically. We're gonna keep this guy alive, because it's gonna skip even more of the dialogues here, because now, every time we load into the slums, we will hear exactly that. And you may have managed to notice that it also skipped the whatever Crane was talking before. So yeah, we give the message, the envelope, to Karim, and yeah, basically unlock some important skill, which is Vault. Not really important, but just convenient to use. And yeah, basically Rice told us to, well, you're not gonna get a lot of antizin, he gave us a little bit. Because the situation at the tower is really desperate. So we're gonna contact GRE, basically we're not gonna work with Rice anymore. And yeah, Quick Death Warp combined that we are given another side quest that skips the rest of the dialogue. Well, saves us quite a lot of time. Oh, I missed a thing. That's not good. Anyway, not good, but not really important either. So I guess I'll have to continue with a bit older routing from now on. And yeah, we gave the antizin to Jade. And yeah, we also getting the news that they are not going to do any more drops containing antizin, which is outrageous. So we're gonna to contact the GRE to like continue dropping. People need help here. Sadly, the thing that I have skipped is used, I think, 2 times. It is basically another side quest that is going to be given to us at a later point. I think I can still get it. I'm not sure how much of a delay it's going to be, but I will still get it. So, while basically GRE telling us that no, we're not gonna continue anymore drops. Yeah, whatever. We are gonna receive a call from Jade. Yep, this is Jade. Except we're not going to listen to the most of it by getting a quest from this guy. Quickly rejoining the game, so that we are again at the bottom floor of the tower in Slums location. And the thing I have forgotten to do is to talk to this guy. That was a good talk. And we can warp to the quest that was given to us when we were skipping the previous call with the GRE. How convenient is that? That quest is located close to the close to the school, which Jade was talking about in the call, which we have definitely not skipped. Basically, Jade spotted some rice men near school, and there is a chance that they may stock some antizin inside the school. So if we manage to loot that, that's obviously a great thing for all the survivors in the tower.
Je suis entré.
So yeah, we're gonna search the school.
Le jargon militaire est plutôt simple. Tu devrais pouvoir les identifier.
And here we punch the glass because it's faster than wait for the door animation. Obviously, just carefully searching the school isn't going to work out well. Oh, wait, I shouldn't shoot this guy.
Putain, moi sacré. Si tu tiens à ta peau. Le bureau du concierge.
I'll prepare some shotgun. Because shotgun is the superior weapon here. Especially the semi-automatic one. There was also an option for double barrel, but as you can imagine, it's only good for 2 shots. And then we would have to reload it. Now, since we have also upgraded the firearms damage, we basically one-shot everything.
Jade, j'ai pas trouvé d'antizine. Je pense qu'il va falloir trouver une
So
autre
that's another useful things for the legend level.
L'école est énorme. Cherche la clé, je te reprends.
And we'll take the basement keys. Now the other gun options that we have gotten here is the police rifle. Police rifle is actually a worse choice than the military one. Okay, whatever. Zombie managed to catch up to me. So, yeah, I'll have to kill it. Because, well, police rifle is basically a single shot per click, while the military rifle can shoot full auto. So yeah, we cleaned the school, and instead of the antizin, we have found dynamite there. And also, we have encountered another bolter. Don't really care about that one. Except we're going to tell Dr. Zero about it in a few moments. Now we quickly warp to the Mother's Day. And then to Goodnight, Mr. Bahir. That's the quest we took while Jade was calling us. And that teleports us to the 20th floor of the tower. We cannot go straight to the 20th floor, because we need to hit a trigger that is like at the bottom of the tower first.
Okay.
And once again, we rejoin the game. Although this is more of a loadless time thingy, since it's like only one floor below, I'm still gonna do it. And we are going to talk to Dr. Zero about that Bolters zombie. And teleport to Mother's Day so that we don't have to run to the elevator. Whew, that's a lot of quest warping right there. So Dr. Zero just asked us to collect a sample of that zombie.
T'inquiète pas pour moi, merci.
And Quartermaster just told us where to find the zombie. Hopefully, I will be in time, unlike my last practice session, where I didn't manage to catch the bolter before the morning. Okay, he spawned. That's fine. Quick headshot, search, restart. That's it. We've gotten the zombies' guts. And we're gonna take them to Zero, who apparently is in his truck already.
La vache! Doc, ça y est. J'ai des boyaux de zombies pour toi.
Now, the cutscene that I have completely ignored while telling you about Dr. Zero is that first we went to the roof where was Rahim, And Rahim knew about dynamite that we have found in the school. And Rahim's plan was to blow up some volatile nest, which would make, well, all nights safer. Well, he did not succeed. That's his teammate.
C'est pas bon ça.
So you can imagine he's very much unalive at this point.
J'ai trouvé que des cadavres.
And Rahim,
Aucune trace de
well,
Raïm.
tried to hide somewhere.
Je lui ai dit d'aller se
Barely
cacher
managed to
derrière.
hit this grappling hook. So we're gonna find Rahim and save him. Which is conveniently in the same location as the volatile nest where he wanted to destroy. Oh. Okay, he should not have survived that. And we are introducing by the vomiting guy again, or the spitting one, whichever you prefer. One shot as usual. In the just skipped cutscene, Rahim honestly didn't look so well. So he said he armed the bomb. And we may just be able to set it in the correct positions, just in time for them to explode. So we're gonna quickly rush through this whole construction area. Or actually demolition areas, it was said in the loading screen. Hopefully no zombies will grab me. I'll even use some... oh, shield. That's not right. Okay, anyway, in this animation they shouldn't be able. Apparently they can. Anyway, quickly run away. I mean, there's still 2 more minutes before explosion, right? Wrong. And while we think the cool guys don't look at explosions, we quickly run out of bounds.
Raïm, ça a marché.
Now this part has to be done quick for the next skip to work.
Raïm, tu m'entends?
And we have to open the door just in time for the saving icon to appear. And quit to the main menu. Now, if I did everything correctly, it should skip the whole dialogue that is about to happen. That is, Crane, do you copy what's going on? Rahim's dead. And yeah, we skipped this whole dialogue. Basically, Rahim was beaten by the zombie and we had to end him. Sad. So yeah, at least we exploded the zombie nest, right? Next cutscene. Whatever was there, I don't remember. Basically told Breaking that we have successfully exploded the nest. Drop the gun to take the military one. Now we can shoot full auto. Hooray! More shots fired, right? The other thing that happened during that cutscene is Jade walked in as we were basically telling Breaking that Rahim is dead. So yeah, of course she's pissed. Not only like she lost her boyfriend because of us, now the brother as well. At the same time, Zara's truck has been attacked. So we had to react quickly. Shoot all the guys, but they already have taken Zara to Rai's headquarters. Now, that's a thing. So we gonna infiltrate the said headquarters. Now, listen to Crane. Okay, I almost fell down. So yeah, this time I will stand by Crane's words that this wasn't really easy. So yeah, now Jade is pissed at us. Zara has been taken. And we are infiltrating Ray's headquarters while trying to contact the GRE. Now we're gonna take fixed spawn here, which is hold supplies and chemicals.
Hein? Il se passe quoi? Où est le
And
GRE?
I can attempt at this skip. Almost, almost. Never mind.
Attendez,
I'm not gonna proceed with that skip.
il y a des centaines d'innocents ici.
I'll do this version of it instead. Like, we can sort of
Scientifique ici. Un type du nom de
get through this tiny piece of the wall,
Si vous
of the
rasez
door frame, whatever, or we can clip out of bounds. Because we can't open this door until this dialogue ends. Now, another chemicals and household supplies are basically
cassé.
the thing we need for the last skip to work. Or to be fast, actually.
On est à l'intérieur. Ça y est.
And the last skip for to be fast is also the reason we need plastic earlier. I think I have repeated that, but whatever. Things got loud as we rush through the
Tu, mon ami.
Rice headquarters in search of Zara.
Regan,
And yeah,
zéré à l'intérieur.
the GRE call wasn't successful either. Basically, we are told that in 48 hours this whole city will be bombed from the planes, so yeah, we don't want that to happen. And we are about to find Dr. Zara, who will tell us that Jade has basically
J'ai trouvé le zéré.
escaped into the Old Town area, where Dr. Camden is working, another researcher of this virus. And he will try to get the research information Dr. Zara had to him. Except it was a trap. So, yeah, we are caught by Rice Man. Dr. Zara is, well, there. And yeah, I think Rice by this point suspects that we are not who we are, not just some random guy from the tower. So yeah, anything I still haven't mentioned during the run, because so much happened and I might forget a few points. Now let me check. We are almost level 5 agility, which is bad that we are not, but whatever. So we are in arena by the Rice headquarters, and he will basically make it a show for his guys, basically. Except we have upgraded our unarmed damage, right? That's the wrong crate also. Should be no survivors. Oh yeah, just as we casually sweep through all of the zombies. Oh, surprisingly no one even got out of this container. Now that was almost an bite animation. Okay, Rice started talking, which means we have killed everyone. Now we're gonna search everyone. We are looking for metal parts. Except all of those zombies are like smoke and alcohol addicts, sadly. Okay, oh, I'm a bit late. There was no metal parts, which is extremely sad. That would be another skip in a few moments. But we are given a gift. Hooray! That gift being this big zombie, right. Even managed to dodge him. Wow. That's actually a surprising one. So yeah. Unarmed damage, again. Okay, should be it. Now we're getting the seizure animation, which I have skipped. Because I am still looking for metal parts. That's great. So, seizure from the zombie virus. Nothing unusual. We are out of stamina automatically because of it. So let's farm some experience while we can. And Rise drops a medkit. Now the next cutscene. Something happens. We cut Rice's hand off. Dr. Zero gets killed, and we escape. Now, this is the place where level 5 agility would be useful, because there's a lot of climbing. Sadly, we haven't gotten it yet. So, just gonna do it a bit slower. As we escape. Also, we try to escape these red barrels. That's 8. And a few scripted explosions as we drop down and escape successfully. Now a few more zombies. And yeah. Now this animation would have been faster. The next animation would have been faster if only level 5 agility. That's another thing why I would try to take that second flag from the radio tower. And we're out. Just spam the spacebar to exit the... well, to exit the loading screen, and also to, yeah, run a bit closer to this boss. Now, the machete that we have been given, together with the metal parts, it's actually full health, we don't need that, we want to damage it at least once. And since we are kinda weak, we're going to use the dodge animation. I started repairing the machete too early. That's the seizure animation we would be getting every single time whenever this yellow-greenish screen triggers. So if I manage to trigger the repair animation just in time, we would have skipped the seizure. I'm gonna attempt that once more. There we go. We don't need this machete anymore. We also unlock the new quarantine zone that is useful just at the end of the game. That's how convenient this run is. So the last seizure doesn't really matter, because after this one we are going to be teleported to the same pier we took protection money from. So yeah, skip the cutscene, skip another dialogue. There's our stuff that survivors somehow managed to get. Let's do some more inventory management real quick and teleport to the On the Hooks quest. Now, as we escaped the Rice place, we also lost our radio. Well, Rice took it, actually. So we have no way of contacting GRE anymore. We also told that Jade took help from the group called Saviors to get to the old town. Level up, just in time. From this point on, we don't really care about any levels. Hooray! And we're gonna talk to this guy real quick. This quest. So yeah, we're basically telling him, hey, I'm that guy. I'm that guy that took Rice's hand off. Yeah, whatever, it's in the subtitles. You get it. So yeah, could you guys please help me to get to the old town? At our surprise, he agrees. And we're gonna to teleport closer to sewers. The same guest up quest that we used to teleport to the school, except this time we're kinda going the other way.
La vache!
Now, the sewers... The sewer is actually a fancy segment. Speedrun-wise. Because it has a rather fancy and rather tricky part. Although maybe that's just me, not really consistent with it. And yeah, we will see that in a moment. So I go through these cars. And here's another guy from this Saviors group. Except we're gonna completely ignore him. And rejoin the game twice. First rejoin makes this guy appear at the end point of the walk. Because he's basically telling us that, yeah, we are those guys. We help people to get to the old town. Yeah, that lady probably was there as well. Speaking about Jade. The second rejoin teleports us to this point, so we can instantly talk to this guy. Quickly use a speed booster, and we won't be really waiting for them to open the gate. Just proceed straight to the sewers. And here's where the fancy part starts, which is... Okay, I may have not hit the trigger, let's see. Yeah, the zombie appeared. That means we have hit all of the triggers required. So we can safely proceed out of bounds. Now, this game is really heavy on amount of triggers that we need to hit before proceeding during the quest line. During, well, any quest. And that's also helpful if we are speedrunning, because, well, at some points it allows us to teleport closer. Now, the tricky part starts here. I think I haven't hit it. And I managed to get the grappling hook into cooldown, which means we'll have to wait a little bit. Now, this is sadly the skip that I am not really consistent with. Yeah, I have failed it. I'll try again, but there is a chance that we might go the intended way about it. Basically, what happens here is we get ambushed by Rise guys. Oh, okay, we're good. I sort of know which trigger I did not hit, and I'll try to hit it this time. Okay. Clip out of bounds. Use the speed booster. Now, watch the checkpoint icon. Now, that works. The save icon worked. And we can see on the radar that some enemies have spawned, which means that we have done everything correctly. Now, I just need to land on this pipe and go swimming. So the intended way, we would have fall down there. And we would have to swim through this pipe. We also need to hug this pipe, actually, while we are out of bounds. Because otherwise, this door won't open. Oh yeah, kill all the guys. And we have successfully escaped the ambush. If only grappling hook was working fine. So, yeah, at least we got to the old town, right? Basically tell Bracken that's... I think I haven't mentioned that he's the leader of the tower, basically. So, yeah. Basically warned him that saviors aren't that much of a saviors, honestly. And... yeah, skip the cutscene, that's the old town. And... before proceeding to the intended location, which is the old town tower, we're gonna unlock this quarantine zone real quick. Before teleporting to the one we actually need to. So the Old Town Tower is where
Camden,
Troy
vous savez,
is located. Now, Troy is the lady that contacted us
dans le secteur 0.
after we fixed the radio towers in slums. Okay, that's not good.
À ce propos, docteur,
That's good.
tout va bien? Ouais, c'est moi.
So there's Troy.
Troy t'attend, mon gars.
And parking lot, the one that we have just unlocked. And he told us that she told us that Jade was there, and Jade was heading towards university. So yeah, we're gonna just follow Jade.
Jade. Jade. T'es là?
Now this guy takes a while to realize that we are here. A little bit, yep. Yeah, talk to him, ask about Jade, and
Ici Crane.
at the same time
Jade, tu me reçois? Que dalle. Troy.
take this quest. Now this quest will be used to teleport back to the university later on, as we teleport back to the 3 Months restaurant quarantine zone, which we haven't unlocked. It's actually in the DLC that is basically included with, I think, every edition of the game, so it is allowed to be used in the speedrun. Now I wish to hit the top of this roof, because that would allow me to get to the tower quicker. Now, we were called by Troy because Savi, the guy near her, intercepted a transmission where basically whole world was told that nobody is alive in Haran, so there's no point in saving it anymore. And we are going to try our best to contact the outside world to tell them that, hey, there are actually people here. And they've got an idea. What if we blow up the message? That's right. We're going to plant some some explosives in the building near Old Town. Basically, we will draw a smiley face, a sad smile with it. Okay, actually, grab that. And yeah, surely the world will understand that there are still people alive in this place, and we don't need to bomb that yet. Now here we would have gotten another seizure animation. Thankfully grappling hook is still usable. And this is Michael. He actually greeted us when we got to the Old Town Tower the first time. He's not a brave guy, sadly, so he actually didn't proceed with the explosives themselves. So yeah, surely we'll plant those explosives for him. And yeah, cue the fancy elevator music. Now here comes another sort of tricky moment, because when we get seizure, our game sometimes tells us that we are exhausted and we can't use grappling hook. So what I'm going to try to do, at least, is to use the grappling hook just in time. Okay, for whatever reason, where am I? Just in time. Just in the right place, actually. That somehow worked out well. Although the grappling hook flying wasn't the intended one. Okay, here we, for whatever reason, need to hang on this door frame for a moment. Now, this is really unfortunate that the lady didn't really trigger to the firecrackers. And since we are out of stamina still, it's quicker to just shoot everyone. So yeah, as soon as we plant this explosive, we can rejoin the game. This will teleport us closer to the staircase, so we can get to the upper floor, where another fancy strat comes in, but I don't really like it. So this might be a bit of a failure. So we'll throw a firecracker and run straight into the bombers, which doesn't usually explode them. Anyway, that was intentional. So we are back at the floor 12. That's fine. At least every zombie is dead here. Well, every bomber zombie. And the next fancy, but the one I really don't like, skip here, is another wall clip. But not this one, the next one. So you can hear a child crying. That's where the game would have introduced the crying zombie for the first time. Well, actually got it on the first attempt. And didn't even manage to use grappling hook. That's a surprise. So yeah, we ignored the screaming child zombie. And we are back into the elevator. Now Michael has got some problems with zombies. So he will leave the detonator while we carefully watch this elevator panel. As we ride in the elevator without it, and the floor as well. And here comes the next part of the public face quest. Or the next fancy part that is being out of bounds. So there's the detonator, there's the bomber, and there's the out of bounds thingy. Now I need to be just a bit more careful here. Wow. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I'll just wait for the grappling hook. I panicked a little bit here. I didn't even knew there was water in this location. So yeah, basically top of the pipe, we hit the trigger and we go straight to the exit. So the next cutscene, we exploded the bombs and it basically created a sad smile on the side of the building. Drawn with fire. Except it was instantly, like almost instantly destroyed by the jet flying by. As if they knew that, hey, they're gonna draw something on that building. We gotta prevent that. But after seeing this, Jade basically contacts us saying, Crane, I'm sorry I didn't believe you, that you were on our side, or something like that. Now, can I enter the window? Thank you. And she suggested to meet in this apartment, except, yeah, come to the museum, because Rice Man took her. Another ambush. So, we are going to infiltrate the museum this time. And to do that, we have to find a museum custodian, I believe. So that he can tell us how we can do the infiltration part quietly and unnoticed. Almost falling down of that building. So yeah, while he is trying to process whatever just happened, we quickly take the other side quest, the bunker, which we are going to use a bit later. Now we wait for this guy, yep, to offer another side quest. We don't take it, we don't need it. And yeah, teleport back to Legless Spider, the closest checkpoint to the museum. Now here I'm going to do a bit slower setup. I'll receive some damage first. And we will have to set up the flying glitch. Now, you can set this up using a medkit or using a potion. Potion is faster, but yeah, I'm not really experienced with it, and we're going with the safer option. Now here's another out of bounds. Just as the time tells us that it's night time. So yeah, what happens here is the long swimming section. Except I'm gonna try to skip it for us. Now, not like this. It's a bit tricky one. Yeah, second attempt. So you can see we are in the weird walking animation, and as soon as we jump off any ledge, we will be flying. Now, to cancel the flying, we need to use shield, which pushes us out of bounds. Now, this is actually called barrel skip, and I'm not sure if there will be time after the run to highlight that or to showcase that. But basically, the previous way to skip the swimming section was even trickier than using the flying glitch. So I wish there will be some time. Oh, I actually failed it. I went inbounds, which is kind of sad. But yeah, we get to witness at least some of the swimming. So most of it is usually done out of bounds. But yeah, during swimming we can't use grappling hook or anything, and just the barrel skip itself is... I don't really have a proper word to describe it now. Skipping another seizure animation with the speed potion.
Troy,
Je t'écoute.
j'y suis.
C'est déjà parti la pub.
And we are now inside the museum.
Merci de me remonter le moral, Troy.
Almost falling down.
Je t'en prie. Bonne chance.
Merde.
So much for the quiet entry, right? Well, nobody is surprised that it was another ambush. So we'll just have to kill these 4 guys. And yeah,
J'ai limite commencé à m'emmerder.
get upstairs before the other guys spawn. We don't want them to come too close to us, because firearms actually damage us, and quite a lot. And now we get the unskippable seizure animation, just to enjoy it for once more. And let's try another skip. Okay, let's... There we go. Oh, way too far even. Now the speed potion is about to run out, which is a bit inconvenient. But we're going to be vaulting over zombies here anyway. So that's at least some speed. Now kill this guy, because he's too close, and this guy. And... yeah. We are about to find Jade. As long as I manage to kill all the zombies and not get exploded by some of them. Should be fine. Yeah. So yeah, let's rescue Jade.
Jade!
And enjoy the, I think, the longest unskippable cutscene. Well, this and the next one. Overall, museum is the longest section of this ROM. Overall. So yeah, Jade isn't looking too good. And yeah, enter Rice. So whatever we have repaired for him allowed him also to listen to all the radio transmissions in the slums and Old Town. So yeah, he basically knew everything, and he also took the Zera's research from Jade. Now we're gonna take the shotgun, although I don't have much ammo for it. I think I have just enough. Yeah, that was fine. Oh yeah, the problem is Jade isn't looking too good, and well, I guess we all know why. And that bite on her leg doesn't suggest anything, right? So yeah, both Crane and Jade are infected right now, and Rice present them with choice on who gets the next antizin dose. Sad scenes. Well, obviously the storyline doesn't count for all the side quests that we would be going through on a casual playthrough. And yeah, it's just about time we're going to be having some serious issues. That is the Be the Zombie suggestion. That game has PvP mode, in case you didn't know.
Jade, où es-tu? Jade!
So yeah. Seizure went too hard. We are like hallucinating right now. Except even right now we can use some speed potion. Obviously that speeds the hallucinations up as well. And while we try to quickly go through Crane's visions, Jade is telling him her story, basically. There's also another storyline moment that is skipped because it's in a cutscene. It's breaking the TV. Because, well... Jerry... Wow! That... I don't think that happened before. I blame Bracken for distracting me with his TV. So yeah. He broke that TV on getting the news that there will be no antizin drops anymore. And just as the case with escaping Rice headquarters, we can't sprint right now, even though I'm holding shift the entire time. It's pointless, I'm still doing it. Dodging is actually the faster method of moving here. So yeah, let's use another speed booster in our dream. And for some parkour session as well. And... oh no, is that Jade in a strange hallway sad scenes as we get injected with some antizin. Oh, that's relief. That's a relief. Now, while we are in this cutscene, I'll drop military rifle real quick. Because at whatever point in time, at whatever point in this museum something, all our inventory will be taken away for the next fight. And this is actually the place where you would set up the New Game Plus speedrun. Because if you remember in the arena, all our belongings were taken away as well. Now going through a museum setup allows you to keep your inventory during the New Game Plus speedrun in the previous arena. Now while Jade carefully, well not so carefully, but takes out all the 4 guys, yeah, it's time to go for a small breakfast. Or dinner actually, because yeah, our watch warned us about nighttime. Oh, hello, that's the next meal. What do you mean it's us? That's... yeah. And... as we take Jade out, there's just one more thing, that's... okay, I wasn't careful enough with placement of my military rifle, it's back there. Usually the gun that I drop is like flying directly beside her head at this point in cutscene. Well, didn't manage to do the fancy thing right now, sadly. So the thing we do right now is we take the military rifle, because at right this point all our items are taken away. But we are not going to use this military rifle for... wait, where is it? There it is. Okay. Because it is faster to just punch him. What I'm going to use the military rifle for is for the next guys. I will drop both of the machetes. We don't really need them. So, yeah, the problem with punches here, of punching people actually, because unlike zombies, rice bandits can actually dodge attacks. That's why I take a bit of time to drop the whatever weapon I got. To shoot these 2 guys, because those can be annoying as hell to, well, take out by bare hands. Anyway, let's take our stuff. Let's do some inventory management. And run away. Now here we get the achievement progression for unlocking the save zones, although I think, yeah, I don't have the Steam overlay enabled in OBS, sadly. But yeah, basically, this game... 3 Moons Restaurant, where am I scrolling? This game gives us a save zone unlock for free, because it is needed for the storyline. So allow me to use some boosts. And we're gonna do another death orb. Except for this one we really need to burn, not to explode the barrel. For whatever reason, if we explode the barrel to respawn, we will be respawned in the wrong location. But since we burned there, we are teleported to the right location, to the freshly unlocked save zone, to proceed with the quest line. Now, Troy and Savi, the guy, the brain of our operation, if you allow, have found out a way to contact the outside world, which is to use the old antenna Well, a big antenna, not really old. And we'll go through another sewers. Hooray! But this is also a fancy one, speedrun-wise. Oh yeah, just like the game desperately suggests us to enable Be the Zombie mode, which would allow other players to join our game as the zombie, as a powerful one. We quickly run through the sewers. We can hear another child crying. So yeah, that's another place where the game throws crying child at us, and we safely ignore it. Basically, crying of this zombie stuns us for a short time. Okay. So we don't really want to hear that. Now another fresh boost and walk over the staircase to spawn all the zombies and allow us to proceed. Now here's the antenna location. And if you jump not into the water, but a conveniently placed trash bags on the right, it will trigger the crane's line. Like one day I will land on a bag of rusty knives or something. So yeah, sadly that's slower. That's why we jump into the water. Well, Savi tells us to search the place, actually, for the key card. Thankfully, it's fixed spawn. Right here. Finally. And we even get some damage, which comes into play later. Not really optimal route to get up here. Now the zombie did reset the animation. That's not a big deal. And yeah, we are about to enable the electricity to power up the elevator for both the antenna and the elevator to get us up there. Just use some firecrackers to distract all the zombies, because we don't want them to interfere with us in any way. And here we do another setup of flying glitch. Perfect. The thing is, the cable snaps, so we can't use the elevator. What a surprise. Not like we really need to use the elevator. And we use the shield to reset the flying, just in time for the quest to be able to proceed. Hooray! We told the whole world that there are alive people in this city. Just as the fight, well, bomber jets, I guess, were approaching the place. And yeah. So, now, I have already mentioned before that this game is full of triggers that we need to hit. Actually, I'm on the right one. That we need to hit before proceeding in the storyline. Well, we need to hit another one, and that trigger is the exit from the antenna location. So we have to enter that map again from basically the door. Scary sounds. Warned you. And yeah, as we exit it, we can safely continue with the storyline. And that is the clinic. We are finally able to visit Dr. Camden and, well, help him with the virus research.
C'est exactement ce que je comptais faire, Doc.
N'oubliez pas que je suis coincé au milieu d'un bon millier de zombies.
Affirmatif, je serai bientôt là.
Pas de problème. Je ne compte pas bouger.
just as the game spawns few rice men in front of us. Also, collectibles.
C'est moi, je m'appelle Crane.
I think there still is no set route for 100% with all quest and collectibles, so everyone is welcome there. I think Iron B, the current world record holder for any percent, is the only one who has been doing something like that. Might be mistaken here. And yeah, the clinic. Which, again, for me, has met me with the worst timing for the speed booster.
La mort du docteur Zéré m'a attristé. Nous étions si contents de pouvoir étudier le virus d'Aran. Sans oublier que le GRE nous payait bien. Au fait, nous sommes sur le générateur de secours.
Oh yeah, Dr. Camden has some issues with the generators.
Puissance pour ma dernière
So yeah, we'll need to do some electricity stuff before we are able to proceed. I'll prepare the speed potion to use it just as I open the door.
J'espère que vous ne m'en voulez pas de radoter à voix haute. Ça fait plusieurs semaines que je n'ai pas eu. Oh, et la porte qui mène au couloir principal ne peut être
We're obviously ignoring the intended way to go through the clinic.
de surveillance.
And this zombie, as usual, triggers. I'll have to punch him, and this one.
Le labo est sur la gauche. Quand l'épidémie a éclaté,
And yeah. So yeah, Doctor basically tells us a bit more story about whatever happened here. So yeah, it was Rice who was supposed to guard the both doctors during the research. His brother died, he went mad and something like that. And there was another GRE agent, as we find out later that it was Amir, well, Jade's friend and the guy who saved us in the very first cutscene of the game. Now I'm waiting for the head to the offices line. And as soon as I see that line, I can proceed to the next checkpoint. Oh, I missed it. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. We can safely manage through it.
J'ai été séparé des deux autres, mais j'ai réussi à me réfugier ici dans cette clinique. La seule option était de trouver un vaccin. Attention.
Okay, now the game gets a little bit tricky here. The triggers for this area sometimes don't hit from the first attempt. And the next trigger is the one that I really hate, which is lab storage, which of course hit the first time. The first attempt. Otherwise you'd be jumping up and down in that out of bounds area. In order for the lab storage to trigger. Not the pipe. Now distract all of these zombies with the firecrackers, and we can safely proceed to the safety procedures, surprisingly, which is to decontaminate the whole room. The logic of this action is kinda weird. Because, well, we are about to enter the clean area, but we need to clean the area inside. Also, if we manage to clip inside that room, I believe it will get us killed. And there is a way to clip like that. So yeah. Let's talk to the Dr. Camden. Skip the whole cutscene, where he basically tells us that yeah, that was the GRE agent I was talking about. Amir. And yeah, he also told us that the Dr. Zera's samples are actually great for his research.
Il a étudié les échantillons
And
qui
if he
circulent.
gets information from Dr. Zera, like the other part of the information, there is a chance that we will get a cure.
Vous avez intérêt à vous couvrir de tous les côtés.
What happens next we know from Dying Light 2, right?
Je sais, je vais faire gaffe. Je veux simplement comprendre ce qu'il en est.
And now for the final skip. Well, yeah, final skip. I will need to use blueprints. Toxic trap bombs. That's the thing we needed plastic for in the very beginning of the game. Now, the thing is, as soon as we enter this tower, it's gonna create a safe zone.
Aïe, j'ai donné les
Now,
échantillons au docteur
this phone call
avec le GRE.
comes out in two parts. This is the first part, and just as Crane dials the
Vous
next
m'entendez?
radio, starts the second part of the dialogue. And Toxic Trap Bomb is just the right timing to sit through the first one and skip the second one entirely. Well, it doesn't skip it directly, but because we can get some side quest,
Ok, je vais voir.
we skip the, I think it's like 2-3 minutes again. So did it say extraction? Yeah, it did. We skipping the whole phone call just to teleport to the Bright Mountain Tunnel, which we have unlocked during like seizure part after the arena. You may remember that. And we are about to confront Rice. Also, it has just started raining. You can see how the whole world basically changed in a moment. But this game looks beautiful during the rain, especially at night. So yeah, we got a warning that this is the final part of the game. This is where you get split if you're playing it in co-op. And we are getting another seizure. A small one this time. But we are not able to use the grappling hook, I believe, for the rest of this location.
Quoi? M'écouter? Quelle bonne idée.
So yeah. Welcome to Rice headquarters again. We'll have to wait by this van for... Hello? Okay. Seems to work. Yeah, we can continue running. And this is finally the time we get to see the screaming child. Not getting stunned by it, thankfully. Use another speed potion and we get chased by the volatiles. Well, ignoring this one basically. If you keep running on the right side, like directly towards him, he doesn't usually attack you. Oh yeah. Fancy music and scary sounds by the volatiles chasing us. As we are approaching end of this chase. Now you can see on the radar it will spawn a ton of volatiles behind us. Yep. Just so we get more sounds here. And this I believe is not PB pace, sadly. But it's fine.
Ça, c'est de l'entrée. Tu es peut-être un roi. Le roi des larmes. Tiens, Crane.
While we climb closer and closer to Rice, guess I can mention there's also the following, which is Dying Light with vehicles. Hooray! But yeah, the whole speedrun is currently dropping the frame rate, so I will be looking at the floor. Not the frame rate, the image quality with all the mesh. The whole speedrun is quite fancy in terms of going out of bounds and clipping through the walls. And I believe, like, well, I think flying is the most recent major thing here. So, as we approach the end of the ride, while cat jamming hard, yeah, use another speed booster and ignore all of those zombies. Now here we can see Karim being shot by Rice, and Karim manages to warn us that well, Rice basically put some explosive on the whole floor, so we are not able to go there. Now ignore this zombie as well, and this bomber as well. Squeeze through this tiny place, and we have to run around to get the extra trigger that is, well, obviously required. Now, while the guy below, the vomiting guy is cleaning his mouth. Yeah, just climb up. Remember what Rahim said in like first like 8 minutes of the run? Crane on a crane, right? Oh, that was a close brick, or well, close stone, or whatever. I have been actually knocked down from this crane by this guy before. So yeah, that's a thing. And jump. And we are at the almost end of the game. We are almost at the top of the tower where we will confront Rice as the quest suggests. Now the action music starts. And this jumping part, a bit clumsy in my execution. And suddenly we can use the grappling hook. So be ready on timer in roughly 210 seconds, because this is another cutscene that we have to watch. And yeah, that's almost end of the Dying Light. And that is the hard drive that contains precious research data by Dr. Zere. Let's just casually throw this hard drive. Drop it. And then kick it. And as soon as the QTE prompt appears, you can already be pressing the next key. It is always fixed. I failed it. I went too early with the next one. Oh, be ready on time with the within the. Wow. It started with another one. That's a great way to finish the run. Here's what you get for pressing the next one too early.
Tu n'es même pas d'ici. Tu ne connais pas la souffrance.
It's alright, should still be within estimate. Okay, now I can start pressing E.
Je vais t'apprendre, Craig. Tu vas souffrir avec moi.
It's not the end of the run. It's another, like, 90 seconds, I believe. So I can enjoy drinking some tea. Oh yeah, that's his hands chopped off. Guess who did that? That's right, Crane did.
Vas-y. Je ne résisterai pas. Comme tu as fait pour trahir. Vas-y.
Va te faire, enfoiré. Tu veux que j'édicte mes règles? La première, c'est que tu vas souffrir tout le reste de ta putain de vie.
And as we not ending Rise with style, let's take the hard drive. That's valuable data. That's the thing that Dr. Camden needs to make the cure. Or well, to proceed with the research. We don't say make the cure, right? Remember all of the stuff that we did to the hard drive, like throw it, drop it, kick it? Well, here's a few more of that. And please be ready on time within like 40 seconds. Rice is taking his time. It's fine. He'll get here eventually. And I hopefully won't even mess up the only key I need to press right now. Alright. Be ready within like... in 3, 2, 1. Not yet, not yet, not yet, now! Ah, there we are. What what mistiming by me. Well, yeah, that was basically a Dying Light speedrun with lesser regard of the... Well, actually it happened to be with bigger regard towards the storyline. Oh no, not the hard drive, not the hard drive. Well, I sort of left you without the explanations on the speedrun stuff, I believe. But yeah, hopefully you liked the run and hopefully it interested someone in, well, speedrunning this game or, well, playing it casually. It's absolutely worth a shot. And yeah, thank you, Shots Fired, for allowing me to speedrun this game, and big shoutouts to the whole Dying Light speedrunning community, well, namely Iron B, Hologram, OC, all the great guys, and all the, well, very friendly community there. So yeah, if everyone is interested, welcome. But yeah,